In 1921, the Saturday Evening Post published a contest sponsored by the Washburn-Crosby Company, the parent company of Gold Medal Flour. Readers only had to complete a puzzle and mail it back for a pincushion in the shape of a miniature sack of flour. Washburn-Crosby was not prepared for the success of their ad. Some 30,000 puzzles poured into their offices. The response was overwhelming, yes, but what was even more unexpected was what accompanied the completed puzzles. Women sent in letters, asking questions about cooking and baking. The small advertising department, made up of all men, realized they needed a female cooking connoisseur to be the voice and expert who could respond to these women. But instead of finding one, they invented one. Betty Crocker became the female chief of correspondence. Betty was chosen because her name was cheerful and friendly. Crocker came from the newly retired director of Washburn-Crosby, William G. Crocker. Her signature was decided from the sample signatures provided by other female employees at the office. A secretary won that contest, and her Betty Crocker signature was put at the close of every correspondence sent back about baking, cooking, and domestic advice. Fast forward to 1924, when Washburn-Crosby launched their radio cooking show called Betty Crocker Cooking School of the Air, the country's first radio cooking program. The voice of Betty Crocker was that of writer and host of the show, Marjorie Child Husted. It was followed then by several others over the next several decades. In 1928, Washburn-Crosby merged with other milling companies to form General Mills. Betty Crocker coupons were introduced in 1929. They were inserted in bags of flour and could be used to reduce the cost of Oneida flatware. In 1951, they hired an actress, Adelaide Hawley, to play Betty on TV. Over the years, the portrait of Betty Crocker was painted by various artists. The first, done in 1936, was a composite painting blending the facial features of the female staff at Washburn-Crosby. This picture would be the face of Betty Crocker for the next 20 years. Since 1955, she's been updated 7 times. She looked a little like Jackie O in 1965. For her 75th anniversary in 1996, she received an olive skin tone, opening her up to a wider range of ethnicities. She remains timeless, ageless, forever 32. In 1941, Betty Crocker's name appeared on soup mix, and by 1947, her famous cake mix hit store shelves. The red spoon logo was first used on products in 1954. By this time, Betty Crocker was a trusted voice and face in America. Her recipes were easy and delicious. It was only natural for the next step to be a cookbook. The Betty Crocker Picture Cookbook was released in 1950. It is a staple in American kitchens today, affectionately called Big Red, and receives a new print edition every 5 years. In addition, Betty Crocker releases 3 to 4 new cookbooks each year. Some titles over the years include the Betty Crocker Ultimate Bisquick Cookbook, the Betty Crocker Big Book of Slow Cookers, Casseroles, and more, the Betty Crocker Big Book of Bread, and Betty Crocker's Cookie Book. Today, you can find pamphlet-style cookbooks in grocery store checkout lanes. There's also a popular monthly magazine that started in the 1980s. There is another famous Betty that's the same age as Betty Crocker. In 2012, Betty Crocker presented Betty White with a 3-tiered birthday cake in celebration of her and their 90th birthdays. Betty Crocker remains culturally relevant today and is always adapted to the times. Betty Crocker, albeit the fictitious woman, played an important role in kitchens all across America. Fortune magazine in 1945 even deemed her the second most popular woman in America, following only Eleanor Roosevelt. Betty Crocker has helped to shape American kitchens and tastes for over a century. Houston, the first voice of Betty Crocker, said, "I was concerned about the welfare of women as homemakers and their feelings of self-respect. Women needed a champion. Here were millions of them staying at home alone, doing a job with children, cooking, cleaning on minimal budgets, the whole depressing mess of it. They needed someone to remind them that they had value." Women needed a bright, smart, inspiring woman they could relate to, and the lady in red baked up just that. Thanks for watching Memory Mountain. If you enjoyed this video, please click to subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button. We'd love for you to make a comment below too. Be sure to tap the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when we post our next story looking back over the landscape of Americana.